Hi, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I want to introduce to, let's see, this way. That is Tracy Jane, and she has had dentures for 15 years. She's on her actual second set of dentures now, and she had her full mouth extraction around 2007. Down
Actual second set.
here, that is Jan, and Jan wears Snap-In dentures. She has implants and then the Snap-In denture. You also had an immediate denture for a while, right, Jan?
I did.
Yeah.
For about 8 months.
Yes. And over here, this is Jen from Denture Box, and she can answer any of your digital denture questions. She is part of the well, she's actually the person that wanted to bring this at home for people to do. It's already been in their office, and Jen said, "Hey, wait, let's see if we can do this at home." So she is the big part of doing that. So now we're just going to talk. This is just going to be just to get to know each other live stream, ask questions. We're going to tell you our stories. We're just going to do that. So I don't know. Does anybody want to start telling us about their Jan? You want to start? Tell us about your full mouth extraction.
It's been about a year now, and I really struggled with getting dentures because at the time I was only 63, and I was like, but my mouth, all my teeth were cracking and falling apart. And it's in my videos, but don't go watch those. So I decided to take the plunge, and I went to an amazing place and had all my teeth pulled, and I wore the immediate dentures for 8 months, and then I had my posts put in, and then my Snap-On, there's a word for it, you may know. And then I had my dentures. Well, actually, I was supposed to go a couple more months, but my dog ate my dentures. And
yeah,
so, yeah, Brutus. I love Brutus. Anyway, they surprised me and gave me a free pair of dentures and put everything on and did all the things for my denture part to snap onto my post. And so I love them. I love having these because I don't need to use adhesives. I don't need any more soft relines. Everything's ready and set, and working out really good. Now along the way, I did have adjustments made, a lot of adjustments, because as you heal, your mouth changes. So, but it just was awesome, an awesome experience for me, and I'm much healthier now that I have my new teeth. And really, y'all, that was the catalyst for me, was my health, because I could feel myself, sort of going downhill. But now I'm like 21 again. It's awesome. But I'm not.
So anybody that has a problem with the adhesives or just the denture, these dentures, in any problem, the Snap-In denture is something that they maybe can look into just to get rid of having to wear dentures all the time. Now, do you still have to go to the doctor, the dentist, and get cleanings, or how do they take care of your your implants?
Every 6 months I go and I get the posts clean, and they, it's like a half-hour process. They just sort of clean them out and make sure it's still healthy, still attached to the gum, no inflammation. And yeah, so it's a painless experience.
Oh, let's say hi to everybody in our chat. And Paula wishes she was 24 again. But everybody in the chat, welcome Peggy and Ashley, and that's Christina. That's and Mr. G, Mrs. G. I can't read. Hi to everybody. And if you guys have any questions, for any of us as we go along, put them in the chat and we'll do the best to, one of us will answer for you. So Tracy, tell us about your process and why did you lose your teeth?
Well, my teeth started breaking when I was in my mid-30s. Didn't know why. I took care of them, did everything I was supposed to, and they started breaking, and I had no idea why. And then when I was 37, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, at which point my doctor said that that was the reason why my teeth started breaking, because that all controls your calcium levels. And when it's not working right, it causes issues. And that was why. But I had a dentist, I had an abscess maybe 2 years before I was diagnosed. And the dentist blamed me and actually accused me of being on drugs because I was about 98 pounds. My teeth were breaking. And I left the office doubting myself whether or not I did drugs. He was that adamant that I was a drug addict, that I was in tears, and I was questioning my own self because he was so sure I was lying. I mean, it was that bad. And I didn't know, but my kids were having to defend me. They're all now men in their 30s. But as teenagers, they were having to defend me with the kids in public because their parents had made assumptions about me. And my kids were defending me. And they didn't tell me until they were in their 20s. And I was because I don't even know what I would have done if they would have told me then. I probably would have never left my house. Right. And we were fortunate that a series of events occurred. And right before I turned 40, I was able to get dentures. And I had them for 14 years. And then last year I got my second set. I'm going to tell you, I shouldn't have waited 14 years. I should have done it about 6 years before I did. But I was so afraid of restarting and doing everything all over again and my smile changing and having to tell people that I wear dentures that I lived with really bad dentures for like 6 years. And I was pretty much gumming my food at the end. You have to replace them. Everybody thinks they hear the story about grandpa who's had dentures for 60 years. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
I brought them downstairs, but this is what I was living with. This is my top denture. They're completely flat. I mean, my bottom, it's completely flat. My top had started wearing away from the base where there's no teeth.
Yeah, right? That's something.
And they were flat, and I knew they needed replaced. I was practically gumming my food with dentures.
Well, I noticed on my immediates after I saw we're going to get to Jen in a minute from Denture Box, but after I saw the try-ins that they sent me, I noticed how I don't have how flat this is just on my immediate denture, how it's made. There's no teeth, and I imagine that when I get my teeth from Denture Box, I'm going to be able to chew.
I have full-size teeth because I have Ocean denture, so I have the monolithic 3D monolithic denture. So I have like full-size teeth. My palate goes all the way up. The first time I put them in my mouth, I started crying in the dentist's office because I never thought I'd feel full-size teeth again.
Yeah. So
or have room for my tongue to move.
That's something I noticed with my Denture Box. Now, Jen, can you tell us what you have been doing this past almost 2 years now to get dentures out to the online community?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So dentures and the way that they've been made has been pretty much the same for the last 50 or plus years. And it's been only since we gained access to digital dentures in 2020, the end of 2020, they started doing webinars and talking about the technology in 2020, but it became available to our office at the end. So that's when in the office, I started learning about dentures and the whole process behind it. And about the fact that sometimes when you have to have your dentures rebased, you'll be without dentures for a period of time, that if anything happens to them, that, you know, you could end up 2 weeks without dentures. And I just started analyzing what we had access to, what we had technology wise. And I said, we can improve this process. It doesn't have to be this antiquated old way of doing things. And so I just started researching every product out there and what there was access to, and then came up with the idea with Dr. Mark Garner that we can do this and we can offer them to people at home, especially with the pandemic and all the dental offices being locked down. Just because the dental office isn't open doesn't mean that you don't need denture adjustments, or you don't need to get your final dentures, or, you know, all of that process. So we've just spent the last year in research and development, developing the process of how to go back and forth from home. How do you how do you have adjustments made to your denture from home? How do we use the try-in to get the right information? And so far, everybody that we have worked with, we've been able to send them a 3D printed digital denture that fits better than their existing denture. The technology with being able to do it, the CAD software makes it so much more accurate, because the old way was an injection process, and the acrylics have a sort of flex to them and temperature to them, and that's why you won't get a great fit. But when you're 3D printing, it's down to the very small microns that you can have accuracy. And then for us, because we're doing it digitally, if there's a change that you need, we can just make it in the screen before we print. Where before, if it was your wax try-in, you had to move all the teeth, and or if it was your final denture, to make an adjustment, all they could do was grind on it. Those teeth are in that plastic, so you can't make an adjustment. So that access that it gives us to be able to customize it so much more accurately in my opinion, needs to be the only way that dentures are made in the future, because it's much more beneficial to the denture wearer.
I think in the future, you're going to see a lot more digital dentures and all of this in offices. You know,
Yes.
and I know their office already had the digital denture there, and they were offering it to their patients that would come in. This is just
with our doctors. Yeah, we were offering it with doctors. Yeah,
in the office, and this is Denture Box was formed from that. From that office saying, let's take this out to the people. And not only that, you've done research on materials and the teeth and what to do to keep the cost down. How much is a full set of dentures right now with Denture Box?
A full set is $1,098.
That's $1,098.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
the full package, start to finish, all your impression kits, all of the shipping, and your final adjustment kit.
Yeah.
So we decided to make it a full package. We didn't want to say, oh, buy the impression kit, now, oh, buy the denture, now buy an adjustment kit, oh, you have to pay for shipping. That was not our goal. It's start to finish, everything's included, including your telehealth call with a doctor.
That's awesome.
You can't get a full set of dentures when you go to the dentist at that cost. You just
Michelle Catherine Barbox has a question. If you had receding gums prior to extraction, could you also have recession with implants? I had receding gums, and I have not personally had any issues with them receding. Sorry.
That's the dog that ate her teeth. That was a really, really good question. And
I'm writing that down for Dr. Mark Michelle.
I was going to ask you to write some of this stuff down, because we can, when the dentists come on, the doctors come on, we can present some of these questions to them also. I saw another one up here somewhere. And Samantha just got back from the emergency room. She has bronchitis, and I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope you're feeling better, Samantha.
Okay, Mrs. G, they extracted all my natural teeth. 4 months after surgery, I found out it failed and healing dentures were made. But since surgery, in buying grafting, it hurts to wear her dentures. And I know she commented up here before, I think she had implants that failed. I went to Clear Choice. 3 of her 8 implants failed. Now I only have 1 on the top and can't get traditional implants. The oral surgeon suggested zygomatic, and I do not know what that is, but that is something. But I'm sorry that you are going through that. That sounds very painful. Very painful. And Samantha, she paid $500 for her economy dentures at Affordable Dentures. Oh, Ashley has a story herself. I'm 11 weeks in, extractions and all on 4 top and bottom. I'm currently in dentures while they heal. Getting fixed bridges, surgery to uncover, implants July 11th. It's been so expensive. And that is right. This is so expensive. And there's so many people out there that need the dentures and can't afford them. They can't even afford to get their teeth pulled. Some people that, a lot of the comments that I get on the video, I just feel terrible for people that are going through this, and they're going through this with their dentist, and just how expensive it is. And I wish dental insurances would take into consideration and pay more for this, because this is medical. This is a medical thing.
Oh, no, it's cosmetic. It's a luxury to have teeth, Michelle. You don't need them.
Right.
You don't need them. It's a luxury.
But one of the things we were discussing in the office, and it's really come up a lot, is that this is a prosthesis. It is, and if you had your arm amputated or your leg amputated, you would be given physical therapy. You would be given compassion. You would be given, there would be fittings for your prosthesis. It would be custom sized for your length of your leg that needed to be matched, all of those things. And
mental health therapy, your mental health. I've done videos. Michelle's watching. I've done videos on this very topic.
And so that's one of the things that when I started getting involved with this, I was so blown away, was that how can you just, and I went through this with my dad. Actually, I was with him when he got all of his teeth pulled, and I had no idea. And to watch him, just the self-esteem sort of just seep out of him, and watched it go away. There's got to be much more compassion, because your smile is the thing that people see when they first see you. And we have to make sure that is intact when a person is losing their teeth.
That's a topic that's very dear to me, because Michelle can tell you, I actually use the term prosthetic teeth a lot more than I use the term denture, because I want people to understand that what they have in their mouths are prosthetics, and that takes time, and you have to give yourself time and grace in adapting to them, because it's not media and everything just makes it like you just put them in and go. They're not vampire teeth from when you were 12.
It's a process.
And it takes a process. And I think society just does not appreciate what we have to go through, and how hard it is to learn to eat and to talk and to smile and to do all those things, that it's not easy. It's just not pop them in and go. I see so many people in the denture support groups that say, well, I just got them. Why does it hurt? Well, you just had a whole bunch of teeth pulled out of it. It's not a simple thing. These teeth are not small, and they're yanked out of your mouth. You're handed these things, and they say, have fun, figure it all out. Bye.
Well, and it's not even, they're being pulled out of bone. It's not just soft tissue that they're being pulled out of. They're being pulled out of the bony structures of your face. And so there's all the nerve endings and the blood flow that is part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that pain is not, it's not a superficial pain. It's deep within the jaw, and then you have your sinus cavities, and, within our head, we have 10 major nerves that are all part of it. So you know, to have all of that interaction going on when there's so many major nerves in the body is just traumatizing.
I saw a diagram. It had a map of all the nerves that are just kind of all up in here. And I shared it with a friend. She had no idea that it was.
Yeah. Our cranial nerves.
Yep.
Well, I think that this should be under medical, because when I went in there to have all my teeth extracted, I was fortunate because I have dental insurance on me through my retirement, and I'm on Rob's plan. So I have two insurances that were able to both cover this. But I asked them at the time, I said, shouldn't this be under my medical policy, not my dental policy? Because this is I'm getting put to sleep and I'm getting stitches, and it's, you know I had a few teeth they had to surgically extract and get out of there. And they said, no, this is all dental, which I don't agree with at all. It should be medical.
Well, since you asked us, Michelle, what's your story?
In my very early 20s, maybe even my teens, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I have a lot of muscle conditions. And it's different. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, did somebody have something open? Okay, it's fine. Okay, you did. All right, we got it. And
Sorry, Brutus is barking.
Oh, that's okay. And through the years, just to get diagnosed, I have a medical file that's about this big. I've been a neurologist, I just have a lot of problems, medical problems. And the medications that I was taking caused dry mouth. So I had no saliva going around my teeth. And what happened was, and I think it was around the time, I know it was around the time that they put me on Lyrica, which that, I mean, do your own research on that, but that has a lot of horrible side effects. And that's when my teeth started crumbling from the inside out. Oh. They weren't breaking on the outside, they were breaking on the inside and just crumbling. And it got to the point where I was just paying so much money to get my teeth fixed. And the dentist finally said, okay, I think it's time. And I knew it was coming, but didn't think it was this soon that it was coming. And then I had another tooth broke. And that's something else that we can address, that when people go to the dentist and the dentist says to you, okay, it's time for you to have all your teeth pulled out and get dentures, the overwhelmingness of that is like, oh, what do I do? What is this? And like a week before I was going to get my teeth extracted, it's like, I need stuff. I need something. My grandma had this cup thing and a brush and these things, and I need to figure this out. You know, so that's pretty much my story. And then now I had it all done, did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, and found that there weren't really videos out there like I kind of wanted to watch. I wanted to just have more information and see more what was going on in people's mouth and just understand the whole process. So I've spent countless sleepless nights. Last night I emailed Jen at 2 a.m. and I'm like, okay, my brain won't stop. And I'm trying to figure this out and doing the research for this or whatever ideas that I have. That I told her, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just, here I go, more work. Just kind of jokingly. But that's what happened to mine. It was medication, dried my teeth out, just dried out my entire mouth. And I still have dry mouth, you know, but I deal with it. I always have water with me, always, or something to drink. But that's pretty much what happened to me.
Paula asked a question. She asked if anyone else who had full mouth extractions had trouble in the area right below the nose.
You mean the frenulum?
I think, I'm not sure. She didn't really, maybe it's her sinuses or something. I'm not sure.
The trouble right below your nose, that would be your frenulum area.
Yeah.
And most people don't have any problem with that, because if you can see, okay, we're going to do a close-up because all of you know, but we're going to see how it's, I don't know, can you see how it's notched out up here? I don't know. copy of the denture that it's notched out up there. And the dentist, when they make your dentures, will notch that area out. And I talked to one of the doctors, Dr. Mark there, and he said there's times that frenulum is used when they make your denture. So unless it's medically necessary, don't get that cut off. Don't just go to the.
I think most of the time you need it cut if you have a gap in between your teeth because it goes really, really low. But I don't think that for most people that's the case. Mine is really high up. So
yeah. So Jan, I don't know. Did you ever have trouble up here?
Not at all.
No.
I'm sorry I'm not talking. We have a surveyors on our land. They're putting another line up and Brutus lost it.
Oh,
so.
Maybe if you had a longer frenulum, especially if you had gap teeth, that might be a problem.
Well, I just did a video about that, showing the gap in the middle of the teeth and how big that frenulum is. In fact, there's several videos out there where they do surgery on that frenulum and remove it. And I stayed up late watching those one night, and it doesn't cause a problem. And if it does at all, because these sit pretty high.
I'll be honest, in 15 years, I've never glued my dentures to my frenulum ever. It's never happened because there's a notch, and I've never had that issue. It's never stuck.
No.
Yeah.
And my last dentures had a real narrow V. This one, my dentist they were kind, and I have like a much wider one. My other one was very narrow, and I still never.
I've not really heard of anybody. I've gotten no comments about frenulum problems. What I've gotten now more recently is people saying, should I get that thing cut off? That's why I put that in that video. And it's like, no, don't, unless it's medically necessary. Your dentures can work around it. Your dentists, whoever makes your dentures, they'll work around that for you, and it won't be any problem.
Well, and the thing I want to stress is, I went to Clear Choice, and I could have bought another house with what they wanted to charge me. And then, I went to other dentists, and I found BDS, and they were so professional and so thorough and just very understanding, because I had super high anxiety and just to get a tooth looked at. So now we're talking all my teeth getting pulled out and putting posts in my mouth and having major surgery. Will it work? Do I have enough bone? And fortunately all the answers were yes for me. But make sure you do your research. Just don't go with the cliquish things, because you don't get what you're asking for all the time. So, that's what I love about Denture Box. Even though I can't use them right now, but maybe one day you'll go into that. You never know. But
we're in testing right now.
Oh, that's awesome. See, go ahead. That's the thing, is having someone who does the research, who's compassionate, who understands your fears, because they deal with that every day. Their Jans walk into their office every day, and my blood pressure went up to like 190 when I was in there. It was like crazy. I was so nervous. And they're like, should we proceed? And the doctor's like, yeah, she'll drop. She'll be okay. But I got knocked out. I didn't want nothing to do with nothing. I was a little loopy. But I think just do your research.
Yeah, and go have a consultation with a dentist. And if he doesn't vibe with you, go somewhere else.
I tell people to treat it like a job interview. These people are working for you. So you need to ask them questions and make sure that you click with them, see how they are with their staff and how they act. Because these people are working for you. Treat it like a job interview.
Yeah.
Jan, we have a question.
Reviews.
Yeah. Yes. We have a question for you. How do your Snap-Ons work? How do you talk about the
so I have 2 posts on the bottom, And on the bottom of my denture, there's like metal ring circles, and they have rubber bands inserted in there. And they literally snap onto the post. And then up top, I have 4. I opted for 4 on top and 2 on the bottom. And they literally just.
You mean implants by post? You had the post implanted in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what they do is they go into the bone and they screw in. I can never think of the word, but it's basically a something to screw the post onto, and then they screw the post on, and you heal from that, and then you snap on the denture, and it literally clicks in and out, like, yeah.
Yeah, she's taken them out for me several times to show me. And there's just is it an abutment, the word you're looking for? Maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and it really is. She has 2 posts that come up on the bottom, and you have 4 on the top, correct? And when she snaps, you can hear them snap out, just like you're doing a snap. And there's 2 little snaps on the bottom, just like you would have a snap on your shirt or your clothes. The abutment would be, or the bottom there. There's her snaps.
That's the picture I posted. That's the implant that's going into your bone. And then I'll find a picture. These are the samples.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me add this to the stream. Okay, there.
So those are what we call abutments. And those are, this one here is the example of the post. So these are the implants. This is what's placed in your bone. This is the abutment that's screwed into that implant. And then give me a minute and I'll find you the, because I was on here researching just the other day so that I could get the right products to deal with snap-in dentures. So let's see here. When I find it, I'll put it back up.
Okay.
I may have to log into my account.
Where did Jan go?
I do not know.
Maybe she'll be back. Jan, where are you? Let me text her. Or maybe she texts me.
Michelle, I don't know how to share anything on here. If I send you something, can you share it?
I don't know. I don't know how to do that either. Jen's doing this better. This is her first time.
So I went and I don't know if anybody can see, but I took a picture that shows all the, I took a screenshot that shows the nerves.
Yes.
They're connected to our teeth.
Yeah. Oh, Jan's trying to come back.
So that's what it looks like. So that's why it hurts when they remove them. There's all these nerves that are right there.
Okay. She's trying. But what Jen just showed you is the implants that go into the bone. And then what Jan was showing you on the inside of her ridge of her teeth were the little snap parts, just how you snap on your clothes. One end's flat and one end is like the male end. That's just how it works. Okay, we have Jan back, I think. There you are. Okay, can you hear us? She's been having internet problems at her house for a while, and she has a new provider now. And are you there, Jan?
Paula said no, just the area where the first two teeth were. So no, it's not her right there. It's where the 2 front teeth were on that question before.
Okay. All right, Jan's trying here. I know Ashley, don't cut that piece off, whatever problem. Okay.
There's a picture now, Michelle, of that. Those are the parts that actually go inside of the denture.
Okay, those are the abutments.
No, this is the snap part. So this
okay.
part is placed in the denture, and then you put that. These are the rubber band parts that she was talking about that go inside the silver thing, to create a snug fit.
There, I think Anna's back. They have a storm rolling through. All right, so those go in your denture, and that's what Jan was showing us when she took her denture off, the actual snap part.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. Okay, she's frozen. I know Ashley has a really awful story. When she had her full mouth extraction, they wanted a lot. I forget how much money she said, but it was a ridiculous amount just to have her teeth pulled. So she chose to do it awake because that's what she could afford. And she had a terrible experience with that.
I was awake.
Yeah. Just a terrible. So I feel bad for people that I just feel bad.
For me, they gave me a pill to take like a half an hour before I left. I remember taking it, getting to the dentist office. I woke up one time, not woke up, but I was awake, but I wasn't I was really loopy. I remember seeing a tooth. I swear to God, I felt like the tooth was this big when I saw it. That's what my memory remembers, but I remember it was really big. I know it wasn't that big, but I was so, for lack of a better word, I was so stoned from whatever they made me take before I got there that's what I saw when it came out. And then the next thing I knew, I was waking up on my couch. And
right now, after I did my immediate dentures or my full mouth extraction, I was asleep. When I had mine done, they put me to sleep. And when I woke up, I had these teeth in my mouth, and I'm like, I'm still half loopy. On the way home, we were driving, and I got the mirror down, and I'm looking, and I'm taking pictures for my kids and whatnot, and my mom. And I kept telling Rob, something's wrong. They're so small. They just felt wrong. Well, here, my teeth I had receding gums terribly, and I had a gum graft surgery 10, 15 years ago. My dentures were correct without the receding gum line. So when you get your dentures, it takes a while to get used to looking at yourself because your teeth look different. You have all your teeth. They're not the same shape. They're not the same. They're not anything like your old teeth, but your old teeth were bad. Why would you want to keep those when you can have better looking teeth?
It took me 10 months just to adjust to the smile from my 14-year smile to my new one. It took me 10 months. I would look at my old me and new me looked weird. And then one day I realized that new me looked right and old me looked weird, but it took like 10 months.
Yeah. Ashley said they wanted to charge her $12,000. I was awake and it was 4.5 hours. Yes, she had the pill, but a high tolerance to meds. So she was coherent. But yes, the oral surgeon wanted $12,000 more than the periodontist. So I went with him.
Apparently being knocked out is a luxury too, along with having teeth.
Yes. Yeah, Jan is back. She might be.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can kind of hear you, but I think it might get better as you go. It did last time. And now you're frozen.
It's just very frustrating how it's all considered a luxury to have, to be knocked out, to have this major thing to get teeth. It's, you need them. Teeth are necessary for digestion, and people don't even realize how important it is for that. That's like the first step in digestion is being able to chew your food.
Oh, that's another thing we can talk about, the gag reflex. Yesterday, I got a comment from Samantha, what she said here. I was awake when they pulled out my teeth, and when it's jumping. Pulled it the first time when I got my dentures. I threw up on the dentist because I had a bad gag reflex. And I told my mom when I came home. So that's, you made a very good video about this yesterday, about the gag reflex and how far your dentures have to go back.
Yeah, they have to stop at the hard palate. If they just go a little bit off to the soft palate, that's going to cause gagging, because the hard palate doesn't feel it. The soft palate, though, is, even if you just like stick your finger in and just press on that, you'll gag. The soft palate will do that, but don't do the adjustments at home. Let your dentist do it.
Do not ever file off the back of your denture yourself.
No, let the dentist do it, because if you break it, or if any adjustment, because if you break it or if you do it wrong, you're going to have dentures you can't wear or that are wrong fitting.
So there's something back there called the hemular notch, and you have to have your denture back as far as your hard palate goes. And if you put your finger in your mouth, you can run it back on your hard palate, and you could feel where your soft palate starts. Now, I know that Denture Box carries an adjustment tool they send with their dentures, because you're going to have to do your adjustments at home. They have good videos on that, and it's the tool that they use on their actual dentures there to adjust them. So
the version that we send home, so in a doctor's office, they use a high-powered handpiece, we call it, because they know what they're doing. The one that we're sending home, the adjustment kit that we provide and the tool that we have is super low-powered to prevent you from being able to cause major damage to your denture. It will take longer, in a doctor's office, they're hoping to go in, grind, fit you, and get you out. But you're at home, you have the time. We also have sticks that actually, where you need to make the adjustment, you put that in your mouth, like where a sore spot is, and then that transfers into the denture, and then you can make the adjustment there. But it's low powered, it's slow, and we did that intentionally so that you aren't going to just hit it and grind a hole in your denture.
And when they send it to you, they have other bits that come with this. They have the bit in there that they want you to use for your dentures.
Yes.
The lower, slower. And this all comes with the Denture Box kit. All of this is included. Or if you want, you can purchase that separately. If you have dentures already and you think you want to try to do a small adjustment on them, they have this kit available that you can buy.
That is one of the things you can buy separately.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's needed, because there's times when either you don't have time to go to the dentist and you need to, something is hurting, or you're a snowbird and you're down in Arizona, and you need something done. You can take it with you and do it yourself.
One of the stories that I got that was really compelling was the dentist told her that she had to accept her dentures within 90 days, and that she kept making appointments to get adjustments with them, and they canceled on her 3 times. And then on the last one, they finally made an adjustment, but they actually ground. She has the posts, and they ground through the denture so that she can fill the posts on one of them. And then after the 90 days, told her that that's what she had. And they never made adjustments to the flanges, the sides of the denture. And so they, every night she has sores and just really extreme pain from them being up too high. And so after we're doing a new set with, she's actually one of the test cases to work with the Snap-on dentures. I said, can I send you an adjustment kit? It comes in your final package, but can I send it to you so you can get out of pain? And she was able to use it, watch the video, and get herself some relief until we get her.
That's great.
Well, and I know, like, the inside of my denture here, this is the bottom. When I got these, it was so far down into my tongue jamming. My tongue was flipping them up, and it hurt. So I took I adjusted that myself. I took some of that off of there. Rather than going to the dentist, I just did it myself. You know?
Well, yeah. And we have a lot of people that, you know, would say that, well, can't I just take out my knife and whittle it away? Or, you know, in South Dakota, we're really big with not a lot of people. So a lot of people are traveling multiple hours to get to us. So to travel 2.5 hours to get a 5-minute adjustment and then probably need another one a week later is just not realistic. Right. And so people are. So then they're taking nail files, they're taking their full powered Dremels, they're taking their knives. And that's actually when damage can get done by using those tools. Yeah. If you take a high powered Dremel from your husband's garage, you can do some damage.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to use that.
Yeah. So that's not. So that's why we were inspired to create the adjustment kit. And then we started while we were working through the process, sold that to begin with, because it's something that people needed access to.
We have a question. Jan, are you there? What can you eat with Snap-Ons? I don't know if she can. Everything. She said everything. You can eat everything. Yeah. You can eat everything with the Snap-On denture. Just as
to answer a question, I am in Rapid City. Yes.
That's Sandy. She has a nice channel. She has a really nice channel. She's a snowbird. She's in Wyoming and Arizona.
Yeah, and the box is a big deal for our snowbirds. We have a lot of them who come in and, yeah, say that you develop a sore while you're in Arizona. You don't want to make that drive back to Rapid City, especially not with when the weather's bad. So for the doctor to be able to send you a kit.
Okay, we can't hear you. Don't know what happened. I don't know. The internet's, yeah, Jan's in the comments now. But she has a storm. Okay, she's going to stay in the chat. Jan has storms rolling through right now. And Jen, can you hear us? And I think we've lost Jen's voice. Oh, Sandy said her daughter has her done in Rapid City. Maybe it's the same office. That could be. And then Peggy up here said they really need to revisit dentures as dental as medical. It should be medical. I know Peggy's up in Canada and their whole system is different. Even over in the UK, I'm getting comments that they're covered. They're covered. So I don't know why. No, the US is different, but I think they pay less over there. In the US, we need to do something.
It falls back to that luxury thing. It annoys me. It's a perk to have teeth.
Is the office on Mount Rushmore Road? No. Okay. We got that. You should see Jen. This is Jen that when I meet with Denture Box and do the adjustments, and her and I and Rob actually done a lot of impressions together, and she's watched me do them. And this is who I talk to all the time. And are you there?
We'll just ask her yes and no questions so she can do this.
Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Well, yeah, Samantha says, tell the doctor when you go in that you have a bad gag reflex. And they have a spray that they can spray inside your mouth that'll numb your mouth when they're doing adjustments. They can do that. You know, and I know some people are worried about having impressions done when they go in the first time and they find out they need dentures, and then they say come back for the impressions, which was really confusing to me because I was very confused on how you're going to make my immediate dentures from impressions when I still have teeth in my mouth. That was in the very beginning. That was very confusing to me when I was just new at this. And they did the impressions and then sent those to the lab. There's a lab in our area that my doctor uses that he really likes. And they file off all the teeth that are on there and just use those gums. That's how that is done. And as you wear the immediate dentures, as time goes on, your gums are going to really, really shrink a lot. I just did a video a couple of days ago on my immediate dentures, and in that video, I show you how big my dentures are now. They don't stay in at all. I put them in and they just fall right out. So a soft reline, I have a soft reline in there that I did myself, and that helps. Adhesive, some people do a soft reline and don't use adhesive. They say they don't need to. That's great. But I just like the extra security of the adhesive.
That's why I use it. I'm a terrible multitasker. I sneeze like a 7-foot tall lumberjack. And I'm one of those people that throw their head back and laugh. I could just see them becoming missiles. My husband will tell you I'm a terrible multitasker. I would forget that I'm supposed to hold them in and they fly across the room. So I just use adhesive.
So I wear adhesive too. And it's like, it's your mouth. It's your rules. Whatever you want to do with your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with, do it. Do it. You know, if you want to add 5 adhesives to your denture because you like that, then do it. Don't ever.
I think some people have to, because I don't think people realize that pH balance and salivary levels and mouth temperature all determine the success or failure of adhesive. Right. So some people, one adhesive doesn't do it. They have to like mad scientist it and find a combination of adhesives that do work. Because there's a lot of things that determine the success or failure of adhesive. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Right. And that's what I do with my bottom denture. If I would apply adhesive to my top denture like I do my bottom denture, in fact, I've done it before, it don't come out. It just doesn't come out. I use whatever adhesive you like to use, the paste kind, and then I put Fix-A-Dent powder around that, and I'm generous with it. And I turn my head over and just put my bottom denture in, and I've turned my head over so all that powder doesn't fall on my face, and it lasts for me all day. And I know that's helped other people too. So if you need to use 2 adhesives, use it. Do it. Your mouth, your rules. I think that's going to be my new slogan. I
love that. I might steal it, Michelle.
I might make a shirt. Your mouth, your rules. You know, it's like Paige Family Homestead, you see her in the comments there. She does a lot of cooking videos and canning and preserving food. She's actually a rebel canner. And my best friend in Canada that I've never met. We've talked for a couple of years now. But I just forget where I was going with this. Oh, she says her kitchen, it's your kitchen, your rules. Whatever you want to do in your kitchen, it's your rule. You do it. Do it. Don't feel bad about just doing things a different way. Yeah. And I think people nowadays think, well, this person said you have to do it this way, so I have to do it that way. Or when I make a video and I say I do it this way, and then people feel like, oh, I have to do it her way. No, don't. I'm just doing
it's just a suggestion. I use the Fix-A-Dent Ultramax hold. I've used Fix-A-Dent products for the last 15 years, but for 14 years, I've taken and spread it evenly over each denture in a thin layer. I give it dry time item out of my mouth, and then I put them in. That dry time out of my mouth helps that adhesive get a little tacky like glue. But I've been doing that for 14 years. My mom did it for like 30 years.
That's something that I'm learning from working with different companies. The Secure, the Fidident, and Secure Fidident, Secure, it's the same. It's almost the same adhesive, same company. They suggested leave it sit out for a little bit. If you leave it sit out for a little bit, if you have a burn, it'll take away that burn. Because there's once in a while that I'll put I have Fidident here now that I'm trying in my mouth, and it stings just for like 3 seconds. That's it. And if I leave it sit out a little bit, that sting isn't as bad. And that sting, it's not even bad enough to worry about because the denture stays in all day. I would rather deal with 3 seconds of a sting from a product that I know is going to last me till nighttime. And I have the Fitty-Dent in there now. And how many times have I taken my dentures out? Like 2. And
yeah.
And they're still, I mean, they're still in there, and I've taken them out, and I've had coffee and water and all the things. But I have some Fix-It-Dent powder on top of there too. You know? So, I mean, how many, I've taken them out so many times, and it's like, dang, these things are working too good. And I can do that with my Secure, and I bet you could do it with your Fix-It-Dent.
Probably. I never tried.
Yeah. Yeah, most people, when you get your dentures in, it's like you don't want to take them out.
I just leave them. We're good until I need to take them out.
Oh, dental is not covered in Canada. It's a private insurance, only coveted for low income. Okay, I didn't know that one. I did not know that one. But yeah, so it's your mouth, it's your rules, and do whatever you want. If you want implants, get implants. If you want to wear dentures for a while and try it, because in the beginning, my plan was to get implants. That was just my plan, because my dentist said, Michelle, you're going to hate your lower denture. Even before I got it, you're going to hate your lower denture. Everybody does. You're going to want 2 implants on the bottom. Whether you do the top, it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you now, you're going to want implants on the bottom. Well, guess what? I went into this thinking I'm going to hate this lower denture. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate. I don't hate it. I had such a bad attitude about this denture that now it's like, I figured it out, and it's not bad at all. I don't mind it. So I was going to wait a year and decide on the implants. And I told Rob, I'm like, I don't want implants. I don't think I want to go through that right now. That's my personal preference. Because
until I joined denture support groups, I didn't even know people had problems with their bottoms, because I never have.
Yeah. So, you know, I've had 2 neck fusions. I have a rod in my spine. I've been through so many surgeries. And it's like, I just don't want to go through another one that's kind of elective. You know, I don't really need this. So I put the kibosh on the implants. And then all of a sudden, here comes Denture Box. And I'm like, oh, heck yeah, we could try this. I think I would love to work with you guys and figure things out and make this. I just love Denture Box's backstory. Just the heart is there. Too bad she can't talk. I can say anything I want about her right now, and we can't hear her. See, can't hear you.
Hey, Jen, I have a question. As somebody, since you work with dentures, it's kind of off of all of this, but you can, or
wait a minute. If you open YouTube and go onto my channel, turn the volume down, you can talk in the comments. Because I know I don't think she can see her comments on this StreamYard.
So,
but
like,
make sure the volume is down, because we'll get a back feed. Okay, go ahead.
But totally off of all of this, but Dawn dish soap for cleaning your dentures, yay or nay?
Okay, yeah. But now when I put in my what reline did I just do? Denture Fit. When I put my Denture Fit in, they recommend you clean your dentures with Dawn dish soap and then spray it with alcohol. That's just to get all the oils off. You know, for that, they want all the oils off your dentures so the product will stick better. But I think maybe long run, cleaning them with Dawn dish soap. You did a video on that.
My dentist said, do not use the power wash, this one.
Yeah, she did a really good video on this. And
I asked my dentist. My dentist said, do not use this. It's 5 times the chemicals. I have this coffee pot right here. I had years worth of caffeine stains in it. I used this for just sprayed it one time, and years of caffeine stains just poured off. But she said if people are going to use it, she doesn't recommend it, but regular basic blue Dawn dish soap, not the 5 time or the 3 time or whatever like that, just the basic stuff that you would use on animals. She said, do not use any of the kind that say platinum 3 time, 5 time, 4 time, or anything like that, because it could hurt your dentures. And I've seen people that use the platinum, and I just I feel my heart go like that, because I don't want anybody to ruin their dentures. Now,
you just did a video also on cleaning your denture, soaking your dentures in mouthwash. Tell us about that.
I don't soak them. I just take, I don't like the swish and thing with mouthwash because I'm afraid it'll get underneath. Oh, the one where my friend destroyed her dentures because she soaked them in somebody she saw online to use mouthwash, Listerine with alcohol or whatever to soak her dentures in. She actually, a couple of her teeth melted in the back, like it destroyed her dentures.
Yeah,
they were just temporary dentures. So she did that. She soaked them in just straight mouthwash because she saw it on the internet. And I tell people, just unfortunately, there are some really not nice people out there that will share information and say, I do this, I do that, do it. And they take joy, even if they don't see the damage that they're doing, they know that somebody's going to take their advice and ruin something or hurt themselves. You have, if somebody gives you advice and you're not sure about it, talk to your dentist. It's super important to do that, because just because somebody says that they do it does not mean that they do it.
Just because somebody says they do their research doesn't mean they do their research.
Yeah. I mean, somebody could tell you they soak their dentures in straight bleach every single day. Yeah. That doesn't mean they do it. Yeah. They just know somebody might try it and it'll ruin what they have.
You know, if it's something that you think you want to do and it's something that I say or she says or anybody says, do your own research too. Yep. You know,
talk to your dentist, talk to whoever you're working with and ask.
I can't open my mouth wide without my lower plate popping out. Do you use adhesive? That's Dawn. I'm just wondering. I have a question. I recently got partials. I love them. They fit well, but my back teeth were missing for so long. The muscles atrophied and pulling my face down a bit. Does this go away? That's a good question. And that's a good question. Maybe Jen can write down for the doctors when we talk to them, you know, because I'm not educated enough to answer that question. I would hope over time of practicing wearing them and stuff, that would go away, you know, or strengthen your muscles, or talk to your dentist and tell him, is there any exercises or anything you can do to get those muscles back going, you know?
Jan, what kind of mix do you use for the peroxide? How much water and how much peroxide or vinegar?
She said, I showed the dentist and said, watch what happens when I open my mouth wide. And he said, don't open your mouth wide. Well, he's no longer my dentist. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I can tell you what I did personally, okay? Because my dentures were popping up. And her, no, I don't think, Jen, did you accidentally turn your mic off? I don't know if I don't think she did. But you see, here's my bottom denture, okay? And this is the inside. The inside right here. Let me see, right here. That was so long, every time I opened my mouth, it would pop up. My tongue would pop it, something would pop it. So I took a nail file and little tiny bits at a time, I filed both sides of the inside. And that's just what I did. And then the adhesive I use, I need to get a paper towel. Any adhesive that you want, like, just add some Fix-It-In powder to it. I'm going on what, 5 times taking these out, and they're still I'm sticky. Hold on. Let me get a paper towel. Okay. Hey, you're supposed to entertain them. But yeah. Okay. Did you do that in the video? Take some off? Yes. Of my denture? Yeah. I filed some there. And also what I did, because Rob and I were sitting on the couch one day and he's like, what's wrong with your face? I'm like, what do you mean? What's wrong with my face? And he's like, it doesn't. And I mean, you mean I look like a dead person in a casket? Is that what you're trying to say to me? He's like, yeah, that's it. That's it. So what I did, these tops, they're not going to come out. This is what I did. Okay. Talk to your dentist. Okay. But this is what I did. I took my nail file and I filed just a tiny, tiny bit this way off of this gum, not on the inside, on the outside where it wouldn't affect any suction or anything. And I did it just tiny enough that it took that, you know, that Marge Simpson character that has that big, it took that look away. You know, talk to your dentist. If you think that you're too big right here, talk to your dentist and see what they say and see if they can file a little bit down. And don't say, well, Michelle said I could do this. No, talk to your dentist if you think that area is big. That's what I did.
I stress that in all my videos. Don't say I told anybody. Don't.
Yeah. And you know, I've made videos recently. I'm not qualified to give dental advice. That's why we have dentists coming on soon. And that's why I have people emailing me questions. We already have a kind of a lineup for the dentist that we're going to do a live stream, which might start next week, one evening. Jen, thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, might start one evening next week. And we have a lineup of questions that we're going to kind of cover. Start it with a topic. That's how we're going to start it. And then any questions that come up in the chat for the dentist, we're going to do that. We have the man that makes dentures, and they're from their lab. They're coming on either with them or another night, and we're going to do a topic all on making dentures in different aspects. And we can talk about that frenulum then and what he uses it for, and just we're gonna do that. Hi, Uncle Al. See that Die Bullfrog 79? That is Uncle Al. Everybody loves Uncle Al.
Christine asked a question. She said, is it safe to use Upper-Dent or any other cleaners they make to soak dentures? And what about denture cleaning paste? I haven't had any issues with using cleaning tablets, and I use Denture Safe paste as well. And I have never had issues. As a matter of fact, with my 14-year-old dentures, when I went in, before she saw what my teeth actually looked like in my mouth, when she just saw the smile part, she thought my dentures were only 5 to 7 years old. She asked me, she said, well, how old are your dentures? I said, I've been wearing dentures for 14 years. And she said, no, not how long. I said, how old are you? And I said, 14 years. And she's like, whoa. And she called like the whole staff in to show them what my dentures look like, because they didn't have the coloring, I guess, of a 14-year-old pair of dentures.
And I've been using this Upper-Dent, and I think this one is ADA approved, but let me stop right there. Being ADA approved is great. The ADA is a group of people just like the NRA and different types. It's just a group of people. The most important thing that you need to look at when you're buying denture adhesives and denture, whatever, make sure it's FDA approved. If it's FDA approved, you're good to go. You're good to go. ADA is just, hey, great, that's ADA approved. But I mean, my grandmother used, I think it was these for years and years and years and years and years and never had a problem. And I know I've had people comment to me that it's like, I've used this for years and years and years. Why all of a sudden shouldn't I use it? Keep using it. If that's what you like and that's what works for you, keep using it. It's FDA approved, and keep using it. Medical. I went to Maryland for a vacation and coming home. But yeah. So anyway, we have a lot of things happening. I have a giveaway going right now on this Nature Dent, which is actually, this is all, it's a food grade product. Vegan, funny, and you know, so I have a giveaway going over on, there's a video on my channel right now for this. But I'll tell you, I was allergic to an ingredient in there. It has pine resin in there, and I'm severely allergic to pine. Did I use it anyway? Yes, I did.
I have no idea if I'm allergic to pine. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I'm sending her a tube so she can try it too. So maybe later on down she can do whatever she wants with it. But yeah, does anybody have any other questions or anything they want to talk about? I think we're like an hour in now, and poor Jen in there, she's at work. She might have something that she needs to get done, and I don't know. Jen, regular toothpaste, I don't think that you should use on dentures.
Even low abrasive Implants and dentures have different material from all the research that I've done, that even low abrasive, everything I found in my dentist says not to use even that. And denture safe pastes like denture cream and Fresh and Bright, you don't want to use in your mouth because it's not intended to be. You want to use them when your dentures are out of your mouth.
Right. All right. Everybody in the chat, see Life with Rob pop in. That is my husband. That is the other half of this channel. He's at work. He should be working. But all right. Are we ready to say goodbye? Oh, wait a minute. We have a wait a minute. Regular toothpaste is too abrasive and will be micro scratches. And that's another thing. Just make sure you clean your dentures very well with whatever product that you choose
daily, every day, and clean your mouth. Don't throw your toothbrush away. You still need to brush your gums and your palate and all the areas of your mouth. You still need to do that. So don't throw your toothbrush away.
Now, there's times that, like my denture brush, because I like that. Some people don't like it. They think it's too big, too harsh, and they buy a soft child's toothbrush. Use whatever you like. I throw mine in the dishwasher once in a while, just because it gets really hot in there. Okay, Denture Box. I have telehealth calls this afternoon. I'm in conversation right now to get information directly from our podcast suppliers. Okay. Telehealth is like when you meet with your doctor online, telehealth is a denture or a dentist version of that. That's what telehealth is. So yeah, and Jen has been getting information for me on different products and she's been helping me quite a bit doing some research. Okay. She's going to get, okay. With the digital dentures they're making, she is the next dent in the teeth that they're doing. She's talking with her suppliers now to see exactly what products are safe to use on the digital denture, because it's not acrylic. It's going to be a different material than your normal dentures. Did I say that good? Yeah, did you see that? That was kind of all right. It was my way of saying it. Oh, Rob's going back to work, I guess. Okay. Bye, Rob. See you when you get home. Love you. Ultra soft brushes. There's brushes on Amazon that you can get that are real soft, I have found. But it's important to keep your dentures clean. All right, Jen, are we ready to wrap this up? It's 3D printed acrylic. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, are we ready to wrap it up?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We will do this again in maybe a few weeks, or maybe sooner. Just have a chat with us. And I don't know, maybe we can get some other people to join us too. All right. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you guys later. And I have a giveaway going. If you go back on my channel, there's a giveaway going. So anyway. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.